Hello children, I am here today with a new grammar topic, subject-verb agreement. What does that denote? That means subjects and verbs must agree with one another in number. That means if a subject is singular, its verb must also be singular. If a subject is plural, its verb must also be plural. In the present tense, nouns and verbs form plurals in opposite ways. That means nouns add an s to the singular form to make it plural, but verbs remove the s from the singular form. Look at this. The dog chases the cat. In this sentence, the dog, the noun is singular, and we used a singular verb itself. The verb used in this sentence is chases, and not the point, we added s with the verb. Okay, so as a singular form of the noun is used, we added s in the verb. Look at the second sentence. The dogs chase the cat. So when the noun became plural, we added a plural verb, but not the point, we didn't write s in that verb. So I think you understood the difference. The dog chases the cat. The dogs chase the cat. She writes a letter. Here the noun she is singular. That's why we added s in the verb write. Okay, she writes a letter. But look at the next sentence. They write a letter. What's a noun here? They. So as a noun is plural, we added the word write. We should not use writes here. Okay. They write a letter. She writes a letter. Just understand that if the singular form of the noun is used, we should add s in the verb. Just imagine a boy or a person who is standing alone. So we should give him a company with the verb. Understand in such a way or remember in such a way. Okay. So while the subject is singular, we should add s in the verb. If the subject is plural, we should not use s in the verb. So that's a basic rule. Next, the subject-verb agreement rules apply to all personal pronouns except I and you, which, although singular, require plural forms of verbs. So there's an exception. Usually, look at this first example. Usually this is a usage, isn't it? He talks to the girl. He is singular, and the word talks is also singular. We studied it, isn't it? He talks to the girl. And look at the second one. We talk to the girl. We is plural, and we wrote talk here. It's not talks. We talk to the girl. I talk to the girl. I is singular, but we used a plural verb talk here. It is considered as plural. Even though I is singular, it is considered as plural, and we should use plural verb itself. Okay, that's the point. Look at the next one. John, you talk to the girl. The word you, the subject you. You is singular really, but it's considered as plural. That's why we used the plural verb talk. So except I and you, we can use singular for all the personal pronouns, but I and you, even though it is singular, considered as plural. Okay. The next one, subject verb rule 1. There are some rules to be followed, and basic rule is the thing which we said in the starting. That means while the subject is singular, we should use singular verb. If the subject is plural, we should use a verb in plural form. Then two or more singular or plural subjects joined by and acts as a plural compound subject and take a plural verb. Don't be confused of hearing all those. In some sentences, we can see more than one subject. Okay, so you'll be thinking, what should we do in such cases? About that we discuss here. Two or more singular or plural subjects. Sometimes the subject may be singular, sometimes the subject may be plural. Whatever it is, if the subjects are joined by the conjunction and, it acts as a plural compound subject. So, really, if the subject is being joined by and, we should use a plural verb. That's the meaning. Okay, singular plus singular, it's plural always. Look at this example. They see the bear. The ranger and the camper see the bear. The ranger, that is a singular subject. The camper, that is another singular subject, and it is been combined or joined by using the word and. So we used the verb in its plural form, that means see. Okay, because the subject, two subjects are being used here, that's why. Look at the next one. Subject verb rule 2. Two or more singular subjects joined by or nor acts as a singular compound subject and therefore take a singular verb to agree. In the first rule, we said that while we are combining or while we are joining two subjects, whatever it is, even if it is singular or plural subjects, we should consider it as plural because it is being added with the word and, isn't it? While we are combining two subjects by using and, we should use a plural verb. Here it is said that while we combine two subjects, singular subject by using or nor, it is considered as singular, isn't it? So here or means either this person or that person. So the subject will be singular itself. One person is being denoted. Remember in such a way. The ranger or the camper sees the bear. Not the point. The ranger is singular and the camper, that is another person, isn't it? He is also being said here as singular. Ranger is singular, camper is singular. So it has been connected with the word, even if it is connected with the word or, it is considered as singular itself, and that's why we used the singular verb sees. But look at the next sentence. The rangers or the campers see the bear. The rangers, that is plural. The campers, again a plural subject. So while plural subjects are being combined by using or, we can use plural verb. So look at the sentences once again. The ranger or the camper sees the bear. Here the ranger is singular, camper is singular and is connected with the joining word or. So we used a singular verb here. Okay, as the subjects are being combined, as the singular subjects are being combined by using or, we used a singular verb. But in the second sentence, two plural subjects were connected. The rangers or the campers, both the subjects were plural. That's why we used a plural verb. See is a plural verb. I think you understood. But you may be confused. What if one part of the compound subject is singular and the other part is plural? Such cases may also be there, isn't it? So, if the individual parts of the compound subjects are joined by and, always use a plural verb. Okay? If the two parts, even if it is singular or plural, if it is connected by using and, we can use plural verb itself. Don't bother about the usage of and much. But in case of or nor, what's the usage? Look at this. If the individual parts of the compound subject are joined by or nor, use the verb form which will agree with the subject closer to the verb. Okay? Look at this example, you will understand it better. The ranger and the campers see the bear. Why it is? The ranger and the campers both are being combined by using and. In the first case, the ranger is singular, campers is plural. But we used the subject in its plural form itself, see the bear. Okay, because it is combined by using the conjunction and. Look at the second one. The rangers and the camper see the bear. No change. Why? Because it is connected by using and. The rangers is singular, plural, and the camper is singular. But we do not change the verb form because it is combined by using and. But look at these sentences. The ranger or the campers see the bear. Campers see the bear. Why? We should consider the subject which is near the verb. Okay, in this case we should consider the subject which is near the verb. There are two subjects in this sentence, isn't it? The ranger and the campers. The ranger or the campers. So which subject is near to the verb? The campers. So we should consider the subject which is closer to the verb. Here the subject which is closer to the verb is the campers, and it's in its plural form. That's why we used a plural verb. I think you understood. Look at the next one. The rangers or the camper sees the bear. In this case, which are the subjects used in the sentence? The rangers and the camper, isn't it? Which subject is nearer or closer to the verb? The camper. Is it singular or plural? It's singular, isn't it? So, as a subject, the camper is singular. We should use the verb also in its singular form. Camper sees. Okay? Look at the third example. The rangers, the explorers, or the camper sees the bear. In this case also, even if three subjects are given, we considered only the subject which is nearer to the verb, which is closer to the verb, which is that subject, the camper. It's in its singular form. That's why we used the verb also in its singular form. Camper sees. I think you understood. If the subjects have been combined or joined by using or, we should consider the subjects as singular generally. But if the subjects, if the given subjects are not in the same form, that means if one of them is singular, the other one is plural, what should be done? We should consider the subject which is closer to the verb, and accordingly we should make the changes. Okay? Then next. Some nouns which name groups can be either singular or plural depending upon their meaning in individual sentences. So there are certain nouns which denote groups name, isn't it? Like a club, company, government, family, jury, team, army, group, etc. So it can be either singular or plural depending upon their meaning in individual sentences. We can look at the example. If we refer to the group as a whole and therefore as a single unit, we consider the noun singular. In this case, we use a singular verb. So we can look at this example. The club is meeting today. The club is considered as a single unit here. That's why we used the verb is. Okay, it's used in its singular form. Verb is singular because the subject is considered as a single unit. But on the other hand, if we actually referring to the individuals within the group, then we consider the noun plural. In this case, we use a plural verb. Look at this example. The couple are separating this week. Each member of the couple is considered separately. How many people are there in a couple? 2 people, isn't it? So, 2 denote plural. So, that's why we used a plural verb. The couple are separating this week. The couple denotes more than one individual. That's why we used a plural verb. Next one, group nouns like other nouns can also appear in plural forms with an S. When used in the plural form, group nouns mean more than one group. Thus, it uses a plural verb. You will understand it better by looking at this example. The clubs are having a meeting today. Here, the group noun clubs is in its plural form itself. Okay. In the first case, we used only the word club, or the noun was considered as singular because the word club was used. But here, more than one club. That's why we used clubs. And as the noun is plural, we used the verb also in its plural form. The clubs are having a meeting today. So generally, from all these things we discussed, what's a general fact we should remember? According to the subject, we should change the verb. If the subject is singular, we should use the verb in its singular form. If the subject is plural, we should use the verb in its plural form. But we should think well to identify the subject if the subject is singular or plural. Okay? Then look at the next one. Thus, there are three important subject-verb agreement rules to remember when a group noun is used as a subject. What are those? Group nouns can be considered as a single unit and thus take a singular verb, like the club. Okay, the club is meeting today. We said such a sentence. The club, it was considered as singular and we used a singular verb. Look at the second and third one. Group nouns can be considered as individual members within a single unit and thus take a plural verb. In case of couple, we can consider both the people separately. That's why we used are there. Okay. The next one. Group nouns can be given plural forms to mean two or more units and thus take a plural verbs, like the usage the clubs. Okay. More than one club it denotes. That's why we used are there. Okay. So go through the examples once again and you'll understand it better. I think we can move to the next. Some nouns are regularly plural in form but singular in meaning. Even though these nouns appear to be plural because they end in S, they actually refer to only one thing made up of smaller uncounted parts. Therefore, they are considered singular. Certain nouns are there which will confuse us always. By seeing the noun, we'll think that it's plural because those nouns will be ending with an S letter. Okay, like the words news, measles, mumps and all. In that case, what should be done? Look at these examples. The news looks good today. Plural form, singular meaning. The news is in plural form, but it's giving out a singular meaning and that's why it is considered as singular. The word news is always considered as singular. Remember it is a very important point. And as the noun is singular, we used a singular verb form. Then the names of diseases like measles, mumps and all, it is also considered as singular. So we should use singular verb forms. Okay. Look at the next example. Generally, measles lasts about 2 weeks. So here also, as a noun is singular, we should use the verb also in its singular form. That's why we use lasts. Okay. Then next one. Another group of plural form nouns ends in ICS. These nouns appear to be plural because it ends in S, isn't it? But generally refer to only one thing and are therefore generally considered singular. Again, some of plural nouns which confuse us is here. Look at the examples. Mathematics is my favorite subject. Here, the noun mathematics. It ends in S or it ends in ICS. So, we'll think that it is plural, but it is considered as singular itself. Mathematics is my favorite subject. Next one, politics has made people do strange things. Has, it is also singular. Okay. The next, as subjects, the following indefinite pronouns always take singular verbs. These pronouns, you should study it very well. It's very important. Okay. If these words are given as subjects, we should consider it as singular, and we should use the verbs also in its singular form. Either, neither, one, anybody, anyone, anything, somebody, someone, something, everybody, everyone, everything, nobody, no one, nothing, each. All these subjects are considered as singular, so we should use a singular verb. Look at these examples. Each sees the value of the course. Each is considered as singular. That's why the verb is used in singular form, sees. Everybody has gone to the movies. Everybody, it is singular. That's why the verb also is used in its singular form. Has is singular. Nothing seems right around this house anymore. Nothing. The subject is singular. That's why we use the verb in its singular form, seems. Okay. Now we are going to study some examples which always confuse us, some usages. Okay. First one, the car with many riders was speeding around the curve. What's the subject here? The car with many riders. The subject is the car, not the riders. Okay. The car with many riders. What is speeding really? Is a riders speeding or the car? The car, isn't it? So the car is singular, and that's why we should use the verb also in its singular form, was. Okay. Car is the singular subject. Was is the singular helping verb which agrees with car. If we aren't careful, however, we may mistakenly label riders as the subject since it is nearer to the verb than car is. If we choose the plural noun riders, we will incorrectly select the plural verb. Here it is given, the car with many riders were speeding around the curve. It's wrong. Okay. So what's the correct usage? The car was speeding around the curve. The car with many riders. The subject is singular. The next one. There is a book on the table. There is a book. A book. The noun is singular. What's the noun here? Or what's the subject here? Book. Book is singular. That's why I used the verb is. Look at the next one. There are books on the table. Books is plural. That's why we used the verb are. What is the problem? Problem is a subject. It's in a singular form. So we used the verb is. What are the problems? The word problems is plural. So we used the verb in its plural form, are. How has the flower grown this quickly? What's the subject? Flower. That's why we used the verb has. How have the flowers grown this quickly? What's the subject? Flowers. That's why we used the verb have. Okay. Now we are going to do some exercises to understand all these points correctly. Choose the correct form of the verb that agrees with the subject. Annie and her brothers is or are at school. Second one, either my mother or my father is or are coming to the meeting. The dog or the cats is or are outside. Either my shoes or your coat is or are always on the floor. George and Tamara doesn't or don't want to see that movie. Benito doesn't or don't know the answer. One of my sisters is or are going on a trip to France. The man with all the birds live or lives on my street. The movie, including all the previews, takes about 2 hours to watch. The players, as well as the captain, wants to win. Either answer is or are acceptable. Every one of those books is or are fiction. Nobody knows the trouble I have seen. Is or are the news on at 5 or 6? Mathematics is or are John's favorite subject, while civics is or are Andrea's favorite subject. These are the questions, and now we are moving to the answer section. First one, Annie and her brothers are at school. The subjects Annie and brothers are connected by using the word and. So we studied if the words or if the subjects are connected by using and, we can consider it as plural, and we can use the verb also in its plural form. That's why we used are. Second one, either my mother or my father is coming to the meeting. Here, two subjects are there, isn't it? My mother or my father. As it is connected or joined by using either or, we can consider it as singular. We can consider the subject as singular, and we used a singular verb. Next one, the dog or the cats are outside. We used are here. What's the reason? The dog and the cats are the subjects, but one of the subject is singular and the other one is plural. So in this case, what should be done? We should consider the subject which is near the verb, because it is connected by using or. Okay, if it's been connected by using and, we can use plural anyway without considering the subject singular or plural. But in this case, as it is connected by using or, and as the subjects as one of the subject is singular and the other one is plural, we should consider the subject which is nearer to the verb, which is closer to the verb. It is the cats. The cats is plural, and that's why we used are. Next one, either my shoes or your coat is always on the floor. We already discussed the reason. Answer is. George and Tamara don't want to see that movie. And is used. That's why the subject is plural, and we used a plural verb. Next one, Benito doesn't know the answer. Doesn't know. Benito is singular. That's why. One of my sisters is going on a trip to France. We said if the word one is used, it is considered as singular. That's why is used here. The next one, the man with all the birds live on my street. The man is singular. That's why we used lives. The movie, including all the previews, takes about 2 hours to watch. The movie is singular. That's why we added yes in the verb. Next one. The players as well as the captain want to win. The players, it's plural. That's why we used the verb want. No need of s again. Okay. The next one. Either answer is acceptable. The usage either. It is singular. Next one. Every one of those books is fiction. Everyone, it's singular. That's why we used is. Nobody knows the trouble I have seen. Nobody, it's considered as singular. That's why we used knows. Is the news on at 5 or 6? News, it's considered as singular. That's why we used is. Last one, mathematics is John's favorite subject, while civics is Andrea's favorite subject. Mathematics, civics, even though it ends by s, it's not plural, it's singular itself. That's why we used the verb also in its singular form, is. Okay, I believe that you understood all these. Please copy the complete content of this video to your notebook, including the explanations and these exercises. And if you have any doubts, you can contact me. Thank you.